Greetings from a Sustainability Week in Brazil, in Manaus. My name is Carolina Tristan, Principal Officer and Advisor in IDB Invest. And I am joined here by my colleague, Janne Sevanto, Managing Director of Treasury. Welcome, Janne.
Thank you, Caro. It's a pleasure to be here today at such an important event for our region.
Thank you, Janne. So we are here today to talk about sustainable bonds. At IDB Invest, we have led the way in sustainable finance for Latin America and the Caribbean with innovative issuances. Our sustainable bonds connect our commitment to sustainability with the capital markets, providing investors with opportunities to join sustainable development in Latin America. Janne, tell us why you issue sustainable bonds. Can we talk about your journey as an issuer of sustainable debt?
Sure, happy to do so. The private sector is essential driver for sustainable growth, and our overall efforts at the group level are centered on reducing poverty and inequality, bolstering sustainable regional growth, and on addressing climate change. So it's quite natural for us to issue sustainable debt actively for our region. We do that in two fronts. We work with our private sector clients to support their ESG practices, so environmental, social governance practices, and help them to issue sustainable bonds, sometimes for the very first time in their own markets. And from our own side, we are an active issuer of sustainable bonds as well, both in the global markets and in regional currencies of Latin America and the Caribbean. We, in fact, launched our sustainable debt framework 3 years ago in 2021. The framework is aligned with the green bond principles and social bond principles of the International Capital Market Association, ICMA. We wanted to set an example and provide our investors with one of the strongest frameworks in the markets today. We've included second-party opinions within our frameworks, both to make sure that we get second-party alignment for the ICMA principles, and also to verify our project allocation and impact reporting annually. With the way we issue bonds, our framework, we really wanted to walk the talk by following the same rigorous standards that we would want our clients to follow when we advise them and invest in their sustainable bonds.
I see. Thank you, Janne. So can you tell us a little bit about recent activity for sustainable bond issuances at IDB Invest?
Sure. We just crossed $5 billion mark of sustainable debt issued in total in the market since we launched the framework. This included or has included green, social, and sustainability bonds, and all of them are issued within that one cohesive umbrella. We've been issuing to date sustainable bonds in all our core markets. And if you look at the overall borrowings on our balance sheet, the majority of our debt outstanding is in fact sustainable. Our framework is use of proceed framework, where we allocate the issuance proceeds to 11 specific green and social categories, such as energy or green transportation, sustainable water and waste management, affordable basic infrastructure, and socioeconomic advancement and empowerment, to give you some of the examples of the categories. In terms of our very recent market activity, we were just in the Australian kangaroo market and issued 600 million Aussie dollar green bond there. And earlier this year, we issued Mexican pesos and Colombian pesos sustainable debt. With these issuances, we want to lead the way as a sustainable issuer that connects the global capital markets with impact in our region.
Excellent, Janne. So tell us what the importance of raising sustainable debt, not only in hard currencies, but in local currencies in Latin America and the Caribbean, and if you can give us some examples.
I wanted to start from a fundamental. For private sector companies, financing in local currency is essential. Many private sector companies do not have foreign currency revenues, and when they can borrow in local currency, that avoids them being exposed to currency volatility, and that increases their long-term sustainability in their own business. We issue local currency bonds for two reasons. One is to be able to raise the funding for our private sector clients in the currency and then be able to on-lend the proceeds to them. Second is to be able to contribute to development of local debt capital markets. And for the latter, well-functioning local capital markets are very important because they enable market participants to manage interest rate risks and foreign exchange risk, other market risks, in a way that then market players can offer financial solutions to companies and help isolate them from market risks that they should not be taking. At IDP Invest, we have today capabilities to finance companies in 13 different currencies, and we are more focused than ever on continuing to develop additional local currency solutions with our new Impact Plus business model. I want to finish with an example on what we've done in Mexico in that respect, because it sets sort of the right direction where we want to go. In Mexico, we manage local liquidity, and we are frequent issuer in domestic bond markets. In March, with our last issuance, we have issued 10 times already in the Mexican market and raised over 1 billion in US dollar terms of financing locally. And a large portion of that is social bonds. One of the highlight transactions that we did was first ever gender bond issued by MDPs in our region. Our track record in Mexico brings very nicely together sustainability and local currency that then together becomes sustainable local currency finance.
Excellent. Thank you, Janne. So Treasury today recently recognized IDB Invest for their Adam Smith Award. Can you talk more about this? What was the driving thing that they recognized and the approach for raising sustainable debt in the market?
We were very proud to be recognized by Treasury Today Group. They are an industry media outlet that is widely looked after in Treasury side of business globally. This was their 17th year when they were awarding different treasuries around the world for innovation that they've done. And as I said, we got recognized as a highly commanded winner under Best Sustainable Treasury Solution category. And our recognition was really centered on how IDP Invest connects its impact-driven mission in the region with the global fixed income markets. The award highlights our overall approach and track record of issuing sustainable debt. As I mentioned earlier, we had just crossed the 5 billion sustainable debt mark under our sustainable debt framework. And we also were recognized in that award for having developed best practice investor reporting and having positioned IDP Invest as a leading sustainable issuer for the region with a very strong track record of innovation, mentioning green gender bonds, blue bonds, silver economy bonds, as well as sustainable local currency bonds that we talked about earlier. It's been humbling to be recognized at the industry level for this. And this is really a result of incredible work of many colleagues across IDP Invest on the one hand, and on the other hand, the clarity of our sustainability mandate that this week here in Manaus also very well reflects.
Thank you, Janne. It's truly been a remarkable journey here at IDB Invest, and I'm excited for what's to come with our new business model that we're referring to as Impact Plus. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me, Caro. It's been really a pleasure to talk about sustainable bonds and local currency here in Manaus.
Thank you.